Today on How to Drink, I am shamelessly ripping off Good Mythical Morning and doing an episode that I'm calling Will It Old Fashioned. I hope they don't sue. A minute before we shot this, Meredith walked around and picked out a few bottles that she thought it would be interesting to see me try to make an old-fashioned from. An old-fashioned is, spirit, it's bitters, it might be some sweetness, and some kind of a citrus twist, some oil. It doesn't need to be whiskey, it could be anything. It's just that not every spirit is going to yield desirable results. So I'm gonna do my best to make an old-fashioned from every single one of these things, and I don't know what I'm about to see. Let's do it. Let's make our first old-fashioned, or at least try to. What am I doing? Novo Fogo? This is silver cachaça. This is gonna be an excellent old-fashioned. So cachaça is a spirit distilled from fresh-pressed cane sugar, cane juice that comes from Brazil. It's an awful lot like rum agricola, but they claim it's not rum, but it's pot still rum, it's rum. So let's get a glass and make a Novo Fogo Old Fashioned. Now with the rum, I do like to bend the way I make an Old Fashioned, but can I do that? Can I put a slice of lime in the drink?
As long as you're not juicing it and putting a measure of lime juice in there, I think it's fine because people...
Meredith hath spoken. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this lime and I'm gonna cut a couple of little wheels off. I'm gonna put these guys, right into my glass here. Throw in 2 dashes of Ango bitters. I'm gonna do a third of an ounce of my simple syrup. And now 2 ounces of my Novo Fogo. We already have our citrus twist in the drink in this case, so I'm not gonna do a twist over the top of it. Big thanks to my patron Discord for suggesting this idea. Here we go. This feels a little under citrused, actually. I was trying to adhere to the spirit of these rules, though, while also bending this into the arc of the drink that I like to make with this.
It's not, will it make a good drink? It is, will it old fashioned? So
you're not wrong. I have to say, this kind of falls short. I know it would fall far short if I treated it truly like bourbon. I can taste the cane juice in that. I can taste the cane sugar. The bitters are present, pleasant. I wish if the lime was expressing itself a little bit better. As it is, it's drinkable. It's not terrible. It's just not inspired. I'm not in love with this. If I had really muddled the lime, but that's not really part of this drink. I don't know. I feel weird about how far can we stretch the definition of an old-fashioned here. And probably I already broke the rules. Probably I should just make it like it was a whiskey old-fashioned. Well, I'm gonna say no. It doesn't really old-fashioned that well. I do love Novo Fogo though, but an old-fashioned, it does not make. We're gonna be moving on to the next bottle right after this. All right, that's the show. Thank you guys so much for watching. And cut. You think we got that? Was that a good episode?
yeah, I think that's good. I think we can,
Okay.
you want to break for lunch?
We have a sponsor we gotta shoot?
We should probably do HelloFresh today.
HelloFresh. We have to shoot HelloFresh. Sponsor and lunch. Let's do sponsor and lunch.
Awesome.
Thank you for sponsoring this episode, HelloFresh. What seems really cool about HelloFresh is that everything is prepackaged and pre-portioned, right? Pre-portioned ingredients delivered to your doorstep. It's hard to cook at home, and HelloFresh has 50 weekly menu and market items that I could choose from. I think a little less about what I gotta cook. That's what it is for me. I go up to the kitchen and I just get brain freeze. I don't end up cooking anything. This is supposed to only take 20 minutes. This is a quick and easy 20-minute recipe. So let's do it as quick and easy as we can because frankly, I'm hungry and we got things to do. Got my pan heating up. Throw a little olive oil in it. Here comes my garlic, pinch of the chili flakes. Let's hit that with our tomatoes. Well, that smells like heaven. We're gonna need tomato paste next. Looking good. Did you know that HelloFresh has more 5-star reviews than any other meal kit?
I did not, but I'm not surprised.
I know. So far, I would agree. I give this a 5-star review.
Smells good.
This is gonna make a little something. I find that whenever I cook, I'm always wasting stuff. But so far, I can't beat the fact that I haven't wasted a thing. Every ingredient is being used. That's one nice thing about HelloFresh for sure.
Woo!
It's a great way to save time too. This is so quick. Everything was pre-portioned. It saved me a ton of time it was faster than takeout. Let's serve it up. I'm not a fancy server. I'm sloppy with the serving, sorry. This kicks ass.
That was really good. Taking this back to my hole.
Wow. Well, thank you, HelloFresh. It was a great How to Drink Lunch. You guys want to get HelloFresh, go to HelloFresh.com, use code HowToDrink16. You're going to get up to 16 free meals and apparently 3 surprise gifts. Meredith, what do you think the surprises are? What are you going to give it?
Can't imagine. Maybe a pan, a pot?
Unimaginable surprise gifts! Thank you guys so much. And now back to your regularly scheduled episode of HGD. It's Italicus. Does Italicus Old Fashioned? Meredith, this is only 20% alcohol by volume. This is going to be something else. Italicus is a very interesting liqueur. It is a bergamot liqueur. I happen to love bergamot. Italicus is available at Curiata. You can check out Curiata in the link in the pinned comment below, drink.curiata.com. They are shipping spirits to your front door, things that aren't at your local liquor store. Check it out, drink.curiata.com. Pick up a bottle of Italicus or a lot of other stuff. We have the whole How to Drink collection up there. You can buy the bottles I use on the show. So maybe that's something you want to do. Anyway, Italicus Old Fashioned. Oh boy. Maybe this is where we got to think about our bitters. The bergamot is a citrus. It is the orangey parts of an Earl Grey tea. What do you pair with that? Coffee and cocoa, would this be? No, I don't like that. Caramelized orange. It's not too bad. Interesting. Ooh, I think that we found our winner here. I think that's the pairing. Get an ice cube. I don't know if this is gonna work, but it showed the most promise. I'm gonna put a few dashes of the bittermens elemakule tiki bitters, and a dash is a lot more than a drop. And now I wanna put in my 2 ounces that I must pour of this modifier, non-spirit sweetened liqueur. I'm not adding any sugar to this. Italicus is plenty sweet. We don't need any more sweetness here. Grab a little peel of orange. Here's my Italicus Old Fashioned. Will it Old Fashioned? My expectations are that it shall not. Nope. That's kind of like saying, hey Greg, try a glass of cinnamon. Like it's a spice. It's meant to be used in tiny amounts in other drinks. It's a great thing to have. It's a wonderful ingredient. Building an old fashioned from it is insane, Meredith. It's like sweet, orange, and then bitter. And it just gets like dried out and bitter tartness all the way out. All right, that does not old fashioned. Away with ye. What bottle is next? Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus. What? What now? Meredith.
I know a lot of people drink peppermint schnapps straight, so why shouldn't it old-fashioned?
It's crystallizing. I can see the sugar crystals floating in it. All right, peppermint schnapps, old-fashioned. I'm thinking angostura cocoa bitters. I think you do chocolate and peppermint together. We got the makings of a peppermint patty. It's not going to taste anything even remotely like an old fashioned. I just want to point that out to you that this entire this is an exercise in absolutely the most just depraved futility. This is just 2 ounces of peppermint schnapps. A few dashes of the chocolate cocoa bitters from The Bitter Truth. 10 to 20 dashes of cocoa bitters. Honestly, like, the more of this, the better. No sugar again. The peppermint schnapps has plenty of sugar. I'm giving this every fighting chance I can.
I think that's a great choice.
I know from experience that lemon and chocolate go together remarkably well. I still think this is going to be an absolute garbage drink. Here we go. A peppermint schnapps old-fashioned. Is really way too sweet. The flavor components here do work together. It's a little underproofed too because this is 30%. You know, your standard bourbons are like 40. If you could somehow cut the sweetness, though, I think that there's actually room for something like this. We knocked the mintiness of this way down. It's still very minty, but I really thought it was going to be like eating toothpaste, and it's not. The cocoa bitters deeply temper the mintiness of this, and the lemon as well really knocks it down and provides a huge amount of balance in this drink. It's not going far enough, but it's in the right direction. I gotta say, really perversely, I think this might old-fashioned. I am no longer 100% convinced that a mint flavor presenting old-fashioned formatted drink is an abysmally terrible idea. This isn't quite there yet, but it does show enough promise that I must concede that in your ignorance, Meredith, you pulled a bottle that some glimmer of hope resides inside. Reluctantly, I must confess that this sort of works. Good pick, Meredith. Let's get on to the next bottle. Here, try it if you want, you maniac. You goddamn maniac. What have I got here? I got
This makes sense.
Please explain to me how this makes sense.
Cause like an Aperol spritz is like, you're just taking away the sparkly stuff.
11% alcohol by volume, Meredith. This is pure syrup. Not for nothing, but like Jeebus. This is both bitters and sweetener, so now I am sort of at a loss. I know what the answer is though. Tonic and grapefruit bitters. You know, an Aperol and tonic is actually not an insane notion. So we're gonna do 2 ounces. I mean, this is as good as I can do. I still don't know if this is gonna be good, but happily I have this artist's palette of bitters to work with. We got grapefruit bitters. I'm gonna put a couple dashes in there. I think I'm gonna go with the orinoco bitters. I am like somewhat cheating because you're not gonna be able to get these probably, but I'm gonna throw a couple dashes of those in there. And I'm not gonna add any sweetener at all because the Aperol is very sweet. We're gonna stir that up. Now I've said before too that like you can make an old fashioned from just about any spirit. These aren't spirits, these are liqueurs, so it's kind of throwing me for a loop here. Aperol already has a lot of an orange flavor to it, so I'm gonna go lemon, which is a little bit sharper, brighter, louder, and honestly that might save this drink, I'm not joking. So here we go with the Aperol Spritz. Or I'm sorry, that would be sane. Here we go with the Aperol Old Fashioned. No, this is a orangey, bitter glass of cold. Like there's not anything going on here at all. And it's certainly not, I mean, it doesn't have anything even remotely close to the proof. This is insane. This is just off the chain. Meredith, what are you doing?
It's a summer old fashioned.
No, it's not. It's just not. It's in no way. It isn't. It an old fashioned, it shall not be. This is a glass of sorrow. Up next, we're moving out of this thing. We're getting done with the Aperol Old Fashioned. We're moving on to the next whatever the hell she's got for me. Will It Old Fashioned continues right after this. It is, oh ho 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 ho. What have we here? This is the Mr. Black coffee liqueur that has been Whistle Pig barrel rested. So they put this into barrels that were used by Whistle Pig bourbon or Whistle Pig whiskey. Spent 6 months on those barrels, which is quite a while actually. That probably does impart a big flavor. And only 28% alcohol again. So we're coming in pretty low on proof for an old fashioned, but maybe we can make this work. With coffee, I feel like there's no other way to go than some cocoa bitters. The question is, do I want bittermens chocolate bitters, the mole, or Angostura's cocoa bitters? Let's see. Well, you know, what the hell, we can do both. Dash of this. And a dash of the Ango, maybe even 2 dashes of the Ango. Let's throw a little simple here. I think a bar spoon should be plenty. And a 2-ounce pour of Mr. Black. I find that an orange twist and coffee liqueur goes together way better than you'd expect. And that is a Mr. Black Whistle Pig Old Fashioned. Here we go. Well, now that dog will hunt. That's pretty cool. Definitely not something I'm always in the mood for. I mean, and it is primarily a glass of coffee. It tastes very much like a cold brew coffee. I kind of have to say I rather like that. The one thought I have is that the cocoa bitter's very complementary to the whiskey, to the coffee. I do wonder how something like angostura, which brings in other flavor components, because like cocoa really goes with it. I have a funny feeling I made a mistake there. I probably should have done something that brings in something that's not there. All right, here we go with a little ango instead, or as well. Oh yes, that's the way to go. That's a huge difference. So now that has a lot of the characters of an old-fashioned, if an old-fashioned was made with coffee, which is not bad. Much lower proof. I don't know if that matters. Like, I'm not looking for the proof when I make an old-fashioned. I want the way it tastes and presents. But if you could do that at a significantly lower alcohol content, I would be all for it. And here you have it. This feels like an old-fashioned. It truly does. It just happens to be a coffee one. It's bitter. I mean, like, you have to like dark, like unsweetened coffee. But I do. But for me, I love it. I actually really like that. I would say that this will old-fashioned. Next bottle. All right. Next old-fashioned, reaching into the basket. What do I got? It's waxy. What is this? Holy shit. Gosling's Family Reserve Old Rum. Hey, yay, that's gonna make an old-fashioned. Will for me anyway. I'm gonna love this. I'm gonna treat this straight up like it's a whiskey old-fashioned. A couple dashes of angostura bitters, bar spoon, maybe 2 bar spoons of simple, and 2-ounce pour of my old rum. We'll stir this sucker up. Let's get a twist of orange for this. Let's do a little flamed peel here. And here is the old rum, old fashioned with a flamed orange peel. Oh, that is delightful. Oh, that is wonderful. It is, oh man, that is very nice. That is like caramel, burnt sugar, molasses, just like dark, heavy, crystalline, sooty flavors. I just absolutely adore that. The orange really complements everything else that's going on in there, the sweet and the rum. I thought this would be good. I had never tried it. I didn't expect it to be this good. I think that this bottle belongs in an old-fashioned. Like, that is a phenomenal old-fashioned. Really just nailed it on this one. So the answer is yes. It's gonna old-fashioned great. That's fantastic. Yeah, I'm not going to finish this now, but I am going to keep this after we shoot. So I'll finish this one tonight. Up next, we've got this stuff. What is this? This is Ancho Reyes. Oh shit, man. This is 40% alcohol. This is foolproof spirit. Huh. I gotta give this its due. It might be an okay drink. What do you balance that with? Because it's pepper. It's pepper. What do you do with that? Cucumber? Is the answer cucumber? Ooh. No, I don't know. I'm gonna try these green bitters. I'm gonna try cucumber and also even the celery. We're gonna go for something a little fresco here, a little fresh, a little breakfasty maybe. 2 ounces of Ancho Reyes, a bar spoon of simple. Give that a big stir. Kind of works. It's weird. I do think a twist of orange again. Here we have the Ancho Reyes Old Fashioned. Does it old fashioned? Little syrupy, a little oversweet. But I have to say that the spicy chili flavor of the Ancho Reyes does work really well with the cucumber and the celery. That mates up well. Is it an old-fashioned? I mean, I know it follows the formula, but it tastes nothing like an old-fashioned. I gotta say that it is. It does old-fashioned because when you put it together, it does work. You have to like spicy stuff. I bet Meredith will like this because she likes the spicy things, right?
I do like spicy.
Yeah. Meredith, try it.
Oh no, I like that very much. Yes.
So Meredith is
Quite
into
good.
it. The cucumber celery combo was the right choice, but you know what I think you do? I think you swap the simple syrup for honey syrup in this case, because you do like a hot honey mesquite kind of thing.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think that
Yeah.
can be good. I think there's more that you could do with this. I think maybe even a little drop of salt in this, or a little bit of some kind of other spice on here. But foundationally, yeah, I guess Ancho Reyes will old-fashioned, which is a shocker. I did not think that was going to be great. All right. Is the next one the last one?
This one's the last one.
Thank God.
And
All
it
right.
is the only base spirit, to my knowledge, that we've not made an old-fashioned
Let's see what she gave me. A base spirit. That sounds interesting. It is, it's goddamn vodka. Today on How to Drink, a vodka old-fashioned. Honestly, in theory, it shouldn't be bad. It should just be flat. I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna throw in bogarts bitters. I'm gonna try and do this. In a theory, right? Like the vodka just gets out of everything's way. So maybe we can use something unusual and kind of feature it here. I'm dropping in 2 bar spoons of it. Might be a little heavy-handed, but honestly, a dash is a lot more than most people think it is. I'm gonna put in probably 2 bar spoons again of my simple syrup. Now 2 ounces of vodka Absolute, apparently. Stir that up. Okay, and orange twist. Lemon would be probably good here too, but let's see if we can make a vodka old-fashioned. Oh man, that's not too bad. It isn't, I mean, it is just a vehicle for the Bogarts bitters, but honestly, it's kind of interesting. For a person who really likes old fashions, this is very interesting to see how the bitters tastes without the whiskey kind of holding it up. You realize like how much of the flavor profile is really supported by the whiskey in those drinks. This does feel thin. It's like you have a scaffold, like a bare bones structure, just holding these bitters aloft, rather than having a strong foundation for the bitters to build on. But it's interesting because it does let the bitters really shine. There's no confusion about where the flavor is coming from here. And in this case, it is a strong, earthy, spicy bitters thing. They're nice. It's eminently drinkable. It is missing a lot of the qualities that you will come to associate with a whiskey old-fashioned. However, I have to say, it will old-fashioned because I just followed the format and it worked. You know, it is a working drink. Yeah, I guess you could vodka old-fashioned. It's a weird idea. Well, I made a bunch of old-fashions today from bottles that Meredith chose at random to torture me. I made 10 of them, and some of them were old-fashions and some of them were not. I made this rum old-fashioned. It's quite nice. This old rum old-fashioned. Whew, that is nice. That is lovely. I don't know. What is this? This is cool, right? Was this fun? Shamelessly ripping off Good Mythical Morning. Thank you, guys. Please don't send a cease and desist. Thank you. If you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. You could like, comment, and subscribe, or you could just not. That's fine. That's your personal preference. I leave that entirely to you. And I'll see you guys soon with another episode of How to Drink. In the meantime, check out the links in the pinned comment below. It's got all the links you need for the things you want. See you soon with another episode of HTD. Bye-bye.